Welcome back to Karma Strikes Again. I am Sheepdog Smokey. Dem Aide pleads guilty in Kavanaugh smear job, goes straight to jail. The fallout from the Brett Kavanaugh smear job continues, and at least one person, a former top Democrat aide, is going to jail. He will not be the last, you can be sure of that, for at least we know Avenatti will still be going away to the big house soon. And with all the criminal referrals Chuck Grassley made, we can expect more charges and more jail time. From the Hill. A former congressional Democratic staff member pleaded guilty on Friday to posting private information about Republican senators who took part in the hearings on the sexual assault allegations against then Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. Jackson Costco, 27, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of making restricted personal information public, and 1 count each of computer fraud, witness tampering, and obstruction of justice, the Washington Post reported. The 5 federal felony counts carry maximum penalties of up to 20 years in prison. In accordance with the plea agreement, prosecutors said a sentencing range of 46 to 57 months applied under federal guidelines. Costco, who has served about 4 months in jail since he was charged, will be sentenced on June 13th, the newspaper noted. The agreement comes after Costco was accused of releasing the private information of 5 Republican senators last year. Costco was reportedly upset after he had been fired from the office of Senator Maggie Hassan, Democrat, New Hampshire. In May, he said in court filings that he had engaged in an extraordinarily extensive data theft scheme by burglarizing the office several times after his ouster to steal sensitive information he could use later. According to the Post, Costco said he became angry on September 27th as he watched Kavanaugh, President Trump's then Supreme Court nominee, testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee. Kavanaugh's hearing came after he was accused of sexual assault by Christine Blasey Ford. Costco admitted to the court that he responded to contentious hearings by anonymously editing the Wikipedia pages of 5 Republican senators to add their phone numbers and home addresses, according to the Post. Costco said the group included GOP Senate Judiciary Committee members Lindsey Graham, South Carolina, Mike Lee of Utah, Orrin Hatch of Utah, as well as Senator Rand Paul, Republican of Kentucky, and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Republican of Kentucky. This honestly should outrage everyone. We've moved past the political climate where if I don't agree with you, you scream and yell and we go back and forth. Before that was honest debate. We're now in a political climate of, if you don't obey me totally, I will make your life a living hell and possibly get you killed. We know that Rand Paul was assaulted at his home by a rabid liberal. We know that a rabid liberal shot Steve Scalise at a Republican softball practice. We know that liberals have terrorized Judge Kavanaugh, terrorized Tucker Carlson's wife at their home. You've seen other prominent conservatives like Dana Lash and Chris, her husband and family, forced to move after someone exposes their personal information. There is a reason many people don't use their real names on social media anymore, and that is because, very simply, we are now in a climate of, I don't like you, I will get you hurt or worse. I would never expose public information about anyone. I don't give names unless they are in the article. I don't go off and tell people that someone is a horrible person who should have their home surrounded and be beaten with clubs because they voted a certain way on a certain piece of legislation. I point out where someone has made a horrible decision and why I believe that, or where a possible law may have been broken. And I stop there. How did we get to a point in time where disagreeing with liberals can almost get you killed? If someone posts your home address and the news is doing nothing but making it look like you are a demon from the 8th circle of hell, how do you think the rabid liberals and the Antifa thugs in masks are going to react? They're going to invade your home, even if it's just on your lawn screaming at you, or in the case of Tucker Carlson, all but breaking down the front door. We've seen people doxxed over video games, where in one case, a video game player was killed by police because he had a game controller in his hand, and someone who didn't like losing a video game called 911 in that person's city, said that this person was in a home holding hostages and a very dangerous criminal. Police busted in the door and shot and killed someone over a lie. We have had another man, under a supposed red flag law who won an argument, and the person he won the argument with reported him as being a danger. Police executed a no-knock, bust-in-the-door warrant and killed him when he said he would not comply and be disarmed on the word of someone he cannot contest. We are now moving into a world where if you disagree with a liberal, you are to be killed. And that's a very dangerous thing because it's going to escalate further than they ever thought. Of course, they often don't think. Where this is going to end badly for everyone. Because as they escalate violence, the people they vote for then use people defending themselves against said liberal violence as proof we need to disarm the people who are threatened into having to defend their lives, as proof we need a police state, and as proof that we need to be completely subjugated under their benevolent rule. Judge Brett Kavanaugh was accused of doing something, somewhere, about 30 years ago, with somebody watching. That is quite literally the extent of Blasey Ford's accusation, because she couldn't remember any details. But of course, the entire liberal side of America jumped on the believe women. Now that we have people accusing the Northam in Virginia, I believe, could be West Virginia, of certain things, and the lieutenant governor there of sexual harassment, well, that just, we need to investigate this. We have people who went after Brett Kavanaugh because he said he likes beer. And those very same people are well known for having a glass of wine or a beer or something at their dinner table every time they are photographed. We had AOC just recently in a video chugging wine while assembling furniture and going off on one of her unhinged tangential rants. But of course, Brett Kavanaugh likes beer. He is to be destroyed. But honestly, I can't go any further on this or I'm going to lose my mind. Let me know what you think. This is a short one, but it's no less important. Make sure to keep the comments classy and civil. As always, we don't learn from an argument. We learn from debate. Also, please hit that like button and also please subscribe and ring notifications so you're kept up to date with all the content coming out. Again, I do have my schedule, but there are times, busy news days, where I may have more than just the 4s and 10s, so you'll want to be able to know when that happens. Until next time, everyone, have a wonderful day.